In a small, peaceful village, nestled between rolling hills and lush green fields, lived a boy named Kabir. He was a spark of energy and brightness, quick to learn, quick to laugh, and filled with dreams bigger than the sky above him. Yet, for all his gifts, one thing always seemed to hold him back: his wandering mind. Kabir's thoughts fluttered like restless birds, never settling in one place. Whenever he tried to study, his attention slipped away. His friends, the games waiting for him, the gentle hum of life outside his window, all of it pulled him from his books. He would start with good intentions, but distractions always won. His father, wise and patient, often watched with concern and would gently remind him, "Kabir, your mind is like a wild horse. If you don't learn to ride it, it will drag you wherever it wants. But if you control it, it can take you anywhere you dream." Kabir always nodded, but the words washed over him, never quite sinking in. That is, until one morning, when his father led him by the hand to the edge of the village, to a humble home shaded by great trees. There lived Guruji, a teacher whose wisdom had transformed many children into remarkable leaders. Guruji welcomed Kabir with warmth and a knowing smile. Without many words, he handed Kabir a simple glass, brimming with water. "Walk around my garden with this," he said, "but don't spill a single drop." It sounded easy. Kabir set out, careful at first. But soon, the world around him beckoned. Birds sang sweet melodies, leaves danced in the breeze, children laughed and played. Kabir's curiosity got the better of him. Each time he glanced up to see what was happening, the water trembled, and before long, half of it had spilled onto the ground. When Kabir returned to Guruji, embarrassed, the teacher asked, "Why did you spill the water?" "I'm skiing yet." Kabir replied, "I got distracted." Guruji leaned in, his voice gentle but firm. "This glass is your goal. The water is your focus. The world will always be noisy, always tempting you to look away. But if you let every sound and sight pull you from your path, you'll lose what matters before you even realize it." For the first time, Kabir truly listened and truly understood. That simple task and Guruji's words struck him like lightning. In that moment, he made a promise to himself to train his mind just as one would train a wild horse. Kabir began with small steps. He woke up at the same time each morning, creating a steady rhythm. He put away his phone when he had work to do. He tried to give his full attention to each task, no matter how small. He even began to meditate, sitting quietly for a few minutes each day. At first, it was hard. His mind still ran wild, darting from one thought to the next. But gently, patiently, Kabir brought it back, again and again. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Slowly, Kabir changed. His memory became sharper. His grades began to rise. More importantly, a calmness settled within him, a peace he had never known before. A year later, a great opportunity arrived, a national competition for the brightest students. The challenges were tough and the pressure intense. In the exam hall, chaos reigned. But Kabir remembered Guruji's lesson. He focused on one question at a time, as if he were still carrying that glass of water. When the results were announced, Kabir's name stood at the very top. His village rejoiced. Guruji's eyes sparkled with pride. Kabir was no longer just a clever boy. He was the boy who had mastered his mind. So, if you feel even a spark of inspiration listening to Kabir's journey, don't let it fade. Remember, discipline is stronger than talent or luck. Your own story of success begins the moment you decide to master your mind. Let's walk this path of strength and wisdom together.